Hey you guys, hey you ladies, and welcome back to my channel. This is the Single Mother's Life, and my name is Latasha. And on my channel I talk about all things that prospers a single mother spiritually, physically, as well as financially. And this week, I am going to give you 3 of the things God has taught me this year. So as we're going into a new year, as we're going into a decade, I sat down and I did some self-reflection. I thought about all of the things I learned this year. I thought about all of the things God has taken me through. I thought about all of the things God has shown me. And I just want to come to you in this video and give you some of those things. Now, there is way more than 3 things that I've learned, but I'm going to give you the top 3 of the things that God has taught me this year. The first thing that God has taught me this year is that greatness takes time. If you're trying to do anything in this life, whether you're trying to achieve a better life for you and your kids, whether you're trying to start your own business, whether you're trying to move to a new state, whatever the case may be, it's going to take time. You have to get settled. Things is just not going to magically happen for you overnight. Things is not going to turn around for you overnight. It's going to take time. Greatness takes time. And when I think about this, I think about Jesus. I think about David. I think about Joseph of the Bible. And I think about how Jesus didn't start his ministry until he was 30. Jesus did not start his ministry until he was 30. That doesn't mean that his purpose wasn't there. That doesn't mean that he wasn't going to be great. That doesn't mean that he wasn't Jesus. But he had to get developed. He had to sit down. There's a time and there's a season for everything under the sun. And your season is coming. It may just be taking some time. So in the meantime, just sit back and figure out what God is showing you to do. Figure out how God is trying to develop you, so when the time comes, you'll be prepared. Greatness takes time. So when we think about Joseph, we see that Joseph had a dream, and he told his brothers, he told his dad, which caused jealousy, and his brothers sold him into slavery. Joseph was a slave for many years. But at the end, that dream came alive, and it happened just as he dreamed. It took some time, it took some trials and tribulations, but it came to pass in the appointed time. So greatness takes time. God has been showing me that when I become impatient, when I become discouraged in my own life, God tells me, hey, don't try to speed up my will. Don't try to speed up my plan. You take it day by day, and you do what I show you to do in this day and in the appointed time. That great dream that you have, it will happen. It will happen. Just be prepared. Get ready, ladies, because your time is coming. It may be taking some time, but greatness takes time. It's coming. So the second thing that God has showed me this year is that if you want to live a great life, if you want to see greatness in your life, then you have to be bold, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to take risks. Now, God first began showing me this actually last year, but I didn't see the big picture. When I took a risk and moved my son and myself 2 states over, out the blue, I said, hey, I'm ready to go. I took a risk, and I took a risk in myself, and I took a risk in my faith and believe it to God, and I just did it because I knew that I had bigger dreams and bigger plans than where I was. So I took a risk, I took a leap of faith. When I think about taking risks, being bold, and believing in myself, I realized that fear not is in the Bible 365 times. Now, why do God say fear not in the Bible 365 times? You got it. 1 time for each day. There's 365 days in a year, and God is telling us to go out and be bold every day. Faith should outweigh your fear every single day. Now, God says fear not. However, he created us, and he knows that we are going to experience fear, but we should never let fear hold us back. We should never let fear stop us from believing in ourselves, and we should never let fear prevent us from taking a risk that we need to take to see the next level in our life, because God has levels in your life. If you're on level 1, God wants you on level 2. If you're on level 2, he wants you on level 3. God wants you to keep progressing in life. He never wants you to sit still and get comfortable in a position because you're scared. So fear not, ladies. Remember, fear not is in the Bible 365 times. One time for every day. So every day you wake up, you should be willing to do what God placed in front of you. Whether he's telling you to start that business, whether he's telling you to start paying on that debt, whether he's telling you to fix your credit, whether he's telling you to start planning to move to that state, whatever he's telling you, you have to be obedient and willing to see the next level in your life. So you have to be willing to take risks. You have to be willing to believe in yourself, and you have to be willing to be bold. And God first began showing me this when I started my business last year. Around this time last year is when I first started my business, and God told me that I would have to be bold. He started showing me that I would have to be bold, because being fearful and scared and backing down will get you nowhere in life. Not believing in yourself is like not believing in God, and that will get you nowhere. So you have to believe in yourself, and you have to take risks. If not, you're going to be stuck where you are forever. The final thing that God has taught me this year is that I am nothing without him. Many times I've tried to do things on my own. I've tried to get up and not pray some days, and I realized that my day, without seeking God's presence over my life, is a totally different vibe from when I do seek God's presence over my life. When I seek God's guidance, God shows up and he guides me. When I seek his strength, he shows up and he strengthens me. When I put my confidence in him, then I have more confidence in my abilities, as a woman here on this earth. So I am nothing without God. Whenever I wander away from God, I just don't feel the same. I feel like there's something missing. I feel like there's a void, and I feel empty. And it makes it easier for things to come into my life that would not have been there if I would remain closer to God. So God has really shown me that I am nothing without him, especially since I decided to take a leap and move to Austin with my son alone. No family, no friends, nothing, not knowing anybody here. Then I definitely had to rely on God, and he has been coming through every day. We are good. With God, I am everything. With God, I have everything I need, but without him, I realize that I am nothing. Now, it's easy to read the scriptures in the Bible, but once you live through them, once you're walking in them, then it's a totally different thing. I have a lot, but this is only 3 of the things that God has shown me this year, and I wanted to share with you all, ladies. So I hope it helped. Let's make this new decade a better decade than it was. Let's go into this decade with a new mindset that we are going to begin building generational wealth for our children. We are going to change our lives. We are going to move to the next level. So I hope this video helped you, ladies. And I hope you have a happy, blessed New Year's. I love you all, and I will talk to you in my next video.